for being here. Thank you for joining us. We're super excited about the Vitamix sale that's going on right now. It's Vitamix Days. It started today and it goes through the 16th. I believe it ends at 9 a.m. Eastern on the 16th, but some really wonderful sales going on with them. And we're going to talk about those sales, the savings that you can get. And I'm also going to demonstrate some pumpkin recipes. So I don't know about you, but I'm super excited for fall, and pumpkin is one of my favorite flavors. And there's so much that we can do with it, both savory or sweet, canned or fresh. So I don't have any fresh pumpkin for you today. I haven't seen any fresh pumpkins. I've seen some regular squashes like acorn and butternut. I haven't seen kabocha yet. Hopefully those will be showing up pretty soon as well. So I'm going to be doing a pumpkin black bean soup for you. And then after that, I am going to be making a pumpkin pie smoothie that Tom is really excited about. So that's what we have going on today. If you want to ask us questions, please feel free to do that in the chat. Tom, you're going to grab my iPad and get that set up for me so that I can see what's going on in the chat as well as you. And Tom's going to come on and say hi to everybody as well. We've missed you guys. And so we haven't done one for a couple of weeks. We did a Costco.
Costco, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to sit down so I'm at the same. It's weird for me to be taller than you, is it not?
I'll stand up taller.
Oh, does that chair raise?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, this is it.
This is our equal footing.
Oh, wow.
So while Tammy is doing her cooking demos, I will be over on the side on the other computer, on the chat computer.
Yeah.
And I won't be interrupting her with questions while she's cooking during the demo. But if you do have a question, post it, and then we will catch up with her after each sequence of cooking demo, so that because we actually are going to like this pumpkin smoothie. We published that recipe just this morning.
We did.
And so I will be cutting out that piece of video after the show and putting just that on the blog post for the pumpkin smoothie. So anyway, I don't want to interrupt her presentation.
And then also, we've never done, I've had this recipe on the blog since
Joni's black bean soup.
Since 2018, but we've never done a video on it.
Yeah.
So we're also gonna take that out.
And put that back in its little blog post from a few years ago.
Yeah.
Such a great fall soup too. That one is very tasty. So anyway, I'm gonna roll over here, holler if you need something. But yeah, you mentioned the Vitamix Days sale is going on. They list that as biggest sale of the year, and what that means is it has the widest product offering in quite a number of categories. In new, brand new X series, we have.
Well, do you just want to briefly just go over that with them, and then also our link is in the show notes.
Yeah, of the YouTube video.
Yeah.
For those of you that are subscribers, you will have received already an email that talks about the recipes we're doing today and then the products that Tammy's going to be featuring in those. But what we wanted to bring your attention to, in no particular order, is Tammy likes her 12-cup Vitamix food processor.
Love it.
There's quite a little bundle sale going on with that.
And how much do they save?
That one is $50 off. It's $249.95, usually $250. The Immersion blender bundle complete, which is the Immersion blender and all of its goodies.
And I'll be demonstrating that today.
Is on the sale, and it is $60 off. So it nets at $209 instead of $269. And our beloved A3500, which Tammy is going to be using here, in the reconditioned format, is a substantial savings. They used to sell it for $649. The Recon version is $549. Reconditioned, we've talked about in previous videos. That's where if anything goes out for any reason to a warehouse and then comes back, or somebody buys a model and wants to get a different model, it comes back, it's check 17-point check, and then it's repackaged like new and sold. And sometimes, many times, they absolutely are new. They just have been out and back.
It was never used.
It was never used. And so that nets down to $449.95, which is $100 off the usual reconditioned price, which is $200 off what used to be the new price.
Yeah. So think Christmas. Maybe you want to buy yourself a new blender or a food processor or an immersion blender for Christmas, or somebody you love.
Yeah, and then the last one we were going to highlight today, and there's many more, and there's a bunch of accessories on the sale, is the little sister to the A3500, the A2500, which has 3 programs, and it's another $100 off. So it nets down to $349.95 for a full power 3-program, very nice looking a blender, 64-ounce container. So,
and what about this? The 24-ounce tumbler.
For any order over $349, you get one of these added to your cart automatically.
And we love
by
these.
Vitamix at no charge. It's a thermal 22-ounce carafe, 22-ounce, 24-ounce. It's a full 24 ounces. Great long straw, and yeah, we
keeps
like
everything really cold for a long time.
You can sip on that for a while.
You can.
So anyway, our links are in the blog post. They're down in the show notes. It's our general link, our Vitamix-Nutmeg link that takes you to the main page where they talk about the sale. Everything is by categories on the site, and we do appreciate when you use our links. There is no additional cost to the purchaser with those links. If you were to just go into the site directly, the prices would be the same. But when you do use our links, it does help support our work here at Nutmeg Notebook.
And then there's a special price on the X.
The X4, which is one of the high-end models of that brand new X series. Bunch of programs, too long for me to go into now, but click on that, and we have, I forget how much off it is. We have an affiliate exclusive. It's $150 off the published price. When you use our link and you put that in your cart, then and only then will you see the Nutmeg Notebook $150 off.
Yeah, but if you just go to Vitamix, don't use our link, you don't get it.
Correct. And the X4, and that's as a standalone blender. There are a number of X series blenders in what they call bundles, where you're getting a variety of accessories and specialty carafes and so forth. But for a standalone X4, the best way to get that is with the Nutmeg Notebook link. So anyway, we will revisit this a bit in between recipes, but I better let you get cooking. So I'm going to step out, and then you can tell the folks what it is we're going to be fixing, okay?
Okay, sounds good. All right. Thanks.
See you guys later.
Check the chat. See, hey, you guys, let us know where you're watching from, too. We always love that. Let us know if you have any of these Vitamix products that we're going to be using today. Other people who are watching, if they don't already own some Vitamix, they'd love to know what your take is on it as well. So the first thing I'm going to make, it's in the Instant Pot. This isn't by Vitamix, but I know all of you probably have an Instant Pot as well, or some form of electric pressure cooker. We use them a lot. We like some blended soups, and it's a booger to get the hot soup out of the Instant Pot and into the container for the Vitamix. So if I'm going to do a blended soup, I use the Immersion blender, which once this soup is done, then I will demonstrate that for you. But what I'm going to be making today, since it is fall and I'm just dying to get into some pumpkin, we are going to be making my friend Joni's pumpkin black bean soup. So I had a ladies' luncheon at my house one time, and she brought this soup, and we all fell in love with it. So Joni, if you're watching, we still love your soup. So I've been making this since 2018. I have had the saute on. I'm just going to add a little bit of water. And there is a printable recipe on the blog, and Tom has included in the show notes where it says more underneath this video, he has put a link there for you. So this is about half an onion, like a medium to large onion, around 1 cup. You know, you don't have to be perfect with your measurements, when we're making soups and stews and things like that. So, you know, if you like more onion, do more. If you don't like onion so much, do less. Then I have, it calls for 4 garlic cloves minced. I probably have about 6 just because we love garlic so much. So we're going to put that in here. Now, if you wanted to, remember, recipes are just an idea. They're a basic platform for you. If you wanted to, you could add a jalapeno at this point in time. That would be lovely in this. And I'm just going to saute it for, you know, 2-3 minutes just because I want to take that rawness out of the onion and the garlic. And by putting it on saute, it just helps to do that. Now, let's talk about pumpkin. There is a can of pumpkin in this recipe, but you guys, pumpkin varies so much. Now, if you're ambitious and you want to buy a pumpkin and cook it down for this recipe and puree it, great. I don't do that. I don't want to take the time to do that. So I do buy canned pumpkin. So this one, and I know this one is not organic. Usually I do buy organic, but at the time that I was buying the pumpkin, all Whole Foods had was the conventionally grown. So this is what theirs looks like. Look at how dark orange that is. Then today, I opened up this can of organic pumpkin from my Trader Joe's, and look at the difference in the color. Now, there's no color additives. This says that it's just pure pumpkin. So does this. But look at the difference. And this one is super thick. This one is much more creamy and has a higher water content, as you can see there. So I'm hoping you've got a good look at that there. So it really varies a lot. So color will vary depending on which kind of pumpkin you use when we go to make the pumpkin smoothie. So, but either one works. It'll be great. And I'm actually going to use this one that is a little bit thicker, just because I know I'm going to be blending this soup, and so that'll work out great. Okay, so it's also going to have black beans in it, and they're just amazing and wonderful. And if I'd had time, I would have saved my 2 cans of beans to show you. I opened up 2 cans of beans. One can had a layer of liquid at the top of it. The other one had absolutely no liquid in it whatsoever. And it had substantially more beans in it than the other can. So, you know, things just vary. So if your recipe comes out a little bit different sometimes, it could be because the pumpkin was a little thicker, or the beans were super wet, or they were super dry. It's just amazing what a difference. The exact same brand. The beans were the exact same brand of beans. So that was just pretty funny. Okay, so we have that. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to add the pumpkin. I know I'm pushing the time a little bit, but it'll be fine. Everything's going to cook because I'm using everything that I'm using in this cooks really quickly. So, and the beans are already cooked. If you want to make your own beans, that would be fine too. You get about 2.5 to 2 3/4 cups of beans, usually in a 15-ounce can of beans. So just keep that in mind. Then I have 1 can of fire roasted tomatoes going in. If you don't have fire roasted, that's okay. You can just use a can of diced beans or diced tomatoes. If you don't have diced tomatoes, you have whole tomatoes, just put them in your Vitamix blender for a little bit and just blend them up, and that'll work as well. Then I have my 2 cans of black beans here that are going in. It's already starting to smell really, really good. All right. And then the recipe calls for 4 cups of broth. and I'm putting 4 cups of water in. Here's a tip. If you heat the water up ahead of time, which I did in my microwave, you can do it in a kettle on the stove, then it will come, the Instant Pot will come to pressure quicker because it's not having to start with cold water to heat this up. So that's what I like to do. Now, for my seasonings, I have, it calls for allspice. Now, normally I think of allspice as being something that would go into a sweet recipe, but it works really, really well in this soup. So it says on here that allspice is peppery and aromatic, resembling a blend of cloves, cinnamon, and nutmeg, used in spiced cookies, breads, pies, and puddings. Adds a smooth, warm flavor to curries and sauces. So there you go. This is a Jamaican allspice. It's from the Spice Hunter. Just happens to be the one that I have on hand today. And so that is 3/4 of a teaspoon of allspice, 3/4 of a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1/2 a teaspoon of ground black pepper. That's going in. And then since it called for broth, I'm using, and I used water, so I'm using Well Your World's veggie broth powder. And which way? This way? There we go. I love this. This whole jar doesn't take up very much room. 1 teaspoon of powder per 1 cup of water. I was going to tell you, it's 90 servings in this. And so it takes up a lot less room in my pantry than boxed broth. So sometimes I do make my own broth. I do have some homemade broth in the refrigerator that I'm going to use for something else. So I put the hot water, it wasn't quite boiling when I put it in, but the hot water, and now I'm just adding the broth powder. And it's wonderful, you guys. It's even tasty if you just want to make a cup of it to sip. You know, if it's a cool evening, cool morning, what have you. Okay, so I don't know if you can get a look at this, or you want me to tip it a little bit, Tom? I don't know if you can see it or not. Yay. So this is what it looks like right now. Okay, so we are going to just we're going to put the lid on it. I'm going to push cancel and then manual setting on high pressure for 5 minutes. And we can take the pressure off once the cooking time is done. We can vent it, or if I'm busy, we'll just let it keep going, and it will be fine. Okay, so Tom's going to get this slid around. Here, I'll lift this up.
Here, just.
There you go. That's a good way to do it. All right. So we're going to let that cook. When it's done cooking, then I'll come back to it and show you what I do with the Immersion blender to puree that in the pot. Super, super easy. All right, I'm going to slide this to you. There we go. And I'm just curious if there's any questions for me at this point.
Your iPad's ready to grab there. It's running just.
Oh, is it? Perfect. Thank you. And then I'll just have you bring the smoothie ingredients over there. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
And where's this come in?
Oh, I was just going to talk about that. So you guys, yesterday I made my pumpkin peanut butter dip in the Vitamix, and I thought, oh, I should have saved it for today, but here it is. It's so good. The recipe is on the blog, so I think Tom linked to it. So I use the peanut butter powder that has no sugar, no salt added to it, and then the canned pumpkin and a bunch of spices. And this is super delicious. You can put this on your muffins, your toast, your pancakes, your waffles. I like to take apple slices or chunks of banana and dip in this. It is so good. It tastes like pumpkin pie, but super healthy, not too sweet. You can, add as many dates or date syrup to it as you like, less if you don't like sweet, more if you're kind of a sweet tooth kind of person. So you have to make this. It works beautifully in the Vitamix blender. I have tried making it in the food processor, and if you use the whole dates, they just don't blend up as good. So that is where we're at on that. Okay, so I came up with a new recipe for a pumpkin pie smoothie. I haven't tried it out on the grandkids yet, but I tried it out on Tom yesterday, and he absolutely loved it. So Tom, I'm missing a little bit of cord here. Oh, here we go. All right. So I'm going to get this over, and I'll be making this in the Vitamix blender. I just have some ingredients I need to get out of my freezer. So got to have a frozen banana. I didn't have my milk in the fridge, so I just stuck it in the freezer to give it a nice chill because I'm making a smoothie. I want it to be real chill. So a lot of great health benefits to pumpkin. So let me just tell you about everything that's in this. So of course the banana, the plant milk, we have the canned pumpkin. I'm using the one from Whole Foods. That's why it's so dark in color. So the banana is for sweetness. It also will help thicken it up. It has potassium and fiber in it. The canned pumpkin, nutrient dense, low calorie, rich in fiber, antioxidants, potassium, iron, folate, beta carotene, B vitamins. It's just wonderful. Put it in lots of different things. Dates, it's nature's candy, and it has fiber and lots of sweetness. I am going to use a little bit of maple syrup as well. You can use maple syrup or date syrup, minimally processed, adds a delicious sweetness to it. Pumpkin pie spice, cinnamon, and nutmeg. All of our spices are full of antioxidants. I'm using a little bit of vanilla extract as well. You can use vanilla powder, use half the amount if you want to use vanilla powder. And then plant milk. I'm using soy milk, which is a little bit higher in fat. It adds more richness and a really nice mouthfeel to it, but it does have more fat than, let's say, almond milk or oat milk or one of your other milks. So you choose whichever milk you prefer. And then we're using ice cubes because I want this to be really, really smooth, and I want it to be nice and cold as well. So, and I have a cute little mason jar to put it in. So let's get started. We want to put our liquid in first, and this got so chill that it's a little bit icy. So, and that's fine. Now, also remember how big your banana is will make a difference in how this turns out. Oh, you're going to take that. And let's see. And the pumpkin, how wet it is, how thick it is. And the color is going to vary depending on how much orange pigment it has. So it could be more pale if your pumpkin is more pale. And we're going to put that banana in. So it didn't have to be broken up. I could have put it in there whole, but in order to get it in the dish, I had to do that. So this is just a little bit of vanilla extract, half a teaspoon. I have a tablespoon of maple syrup. Now this might be too sweet for some of you. You make it how you would like it best. Okay, we have, whoops, throwing things around. Then I have 2 dates that I soaked. I boiled some water, put these dates in a container, and put the boiling water over them, and I let them just soak for a half hour or so. They were kind of hard dates. The last container of Medjool dates that I bought were not super soft. So these really needed a good soaking, but it's okay because the Vitamix can blend those up no problem. Then I have a tablespoon of hemp seed to go in it too. So we're getting some omegas with that, some protein, some fiber. And then I have some um, pumpkin pie spice, cinnamon, and I'm going to add just a little bit of nutmeg as well. This is freshly ground nutmeg. This is my little nutmeg grinder. It's a little microplane one. You don't want too much of the fresh, but just a little, just to give it a nice little hint of sweetness. And then I also have my ice. And how much ice I'm going to need, well, I'll just have to kind of see. I have a cup written in the recipe, but I kind of like to see how it goes and then decide if I want more ice or not. So I do have a smoothie setting on this particular Vitamix. If you don't, just start at a low number, like start on 1, and then you can ramp it up once it starts get going. So here we go. Okay, so because I had that icy cold milk and the banana right out of the freezer, I did not need to use all of the ice. So that worked out perfect. So I want to show you what this looks like. Here we go. So you can see, oh, it smells like pumpkin pie. It's so fall. Okay, let's move some of this out of the way. Just gonna get my goodies here. So how many of you like pumpkin? Oh, and I want to get some chocolate syrup out as well. So different ways that we can garnish this. So Tom, I'm going to give you this tray. So pour it into whatever kind of glass you have. If you have those malt glasses, that would be really, really fun to have that. I don't have those, but oh, that would be so cool. But just look at how wonderful thick this is. Fabulous. We're going to bring that up here. And so this makes maybe like 1.5 servings, easy to double it. If I'm just going to make the 1 serving, do it in the smaller 48-ounce container. If you want to do it in the 64-ounce, I would suggest doubling the recipe. So the rule of thumb is that the blades need to be covered in order for it to really do a good job of processing it. Okay, so I have a little bit of the Date Ladies chocolate syrup. Gluten-free, vegan, it's delightful. If you don't have access to purchase this, we have a link in the show notes. We are affiliates with the Date Lady. I've used her products for years, and we have a link for you to use. If you don't have access, you live out of the country and can't get it, then I do have a 3-ingredient chocolate sauce recipe on the blog that you can use. So pumpkin and chocolate go together so well. Now, if I had wanted to, I could have drizzled some on the inside of the glass first and then poured this in, but I didn't think about doing that. So I'm just going to drizzle it over the top. How amazing is this? And then you can also put a few little pumpkin seeds. These are raw pumpkin seeds on top. And of course, when you get to that, you're going to want to get a spoon and have a spoon for this. But just look at how beautiful this is, you guys. So pretty and absolutely delicious. And it's just fun to have the cinnamon stick in there. So, like if I was serving this to my grandkids, they would just be thrilled. But then we also have to have a straw. They love to pick out a little colored straw. Or which one would you prefer, Tom?
The metal one.
The metal one. That's what I thought. So there you go. That is a simple, easy, nutritious pumpkin pie smoothie. And you guys, this is so healthy. You could have it for breakfast. You could have it for brunch. You could have it for dessert after dinner if you wanted to. And if you don't want to drink the whole thing, you could split it into smaller glasses and share it as well.
So you need it tested?
I do need it to be tested. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll even grab you a little spoon for the yummies on top.
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm. Ah.
So good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yummy.
It's a wonderful pumpkin pie flavor, but cold. You know, we would always eat cold pumpkin pie.
Before. Oh yeah, the day after.
Yeah.
Or mom would bake it the day before and put it in the refrigerator, and then we would have it the following day.
It is so good.
Yummy, yummy.
Look at, you got some on your nose.
It's okay. My recipes always have food stains on them, the recipes that I print, and my cookbooks. I don't know about you guys, but maybe you have the same problem.
Yeah. Go to nutmegnotebook.com and get this recipe. It is truly amazing.
Hey, you guys, if you like this, give us a thumbs up.
Yes, please. Thank you.
That's wonderful.
All right.
Okay.
So shall we recap kind of what's going on at this point before we go to the next recipe?
Of course. Here, I can stick this back in the fridge, actually.
Yeah, if you're joining us later than earlier. If you
so profound, Tom.
If you weren't here at the beginning, we are celebrating a few days of Vitamix days now through the 16th. And it's the widest selection of items that they have on sale on the Vitamix.com website. Our links that we show in the show notes of this video, the links we provided on our email that we sent out from our nutmegnotebook.com mailing list, have our Vitamix-Nutmeg, link to go straight into the site. It does take you to the main front page because the sale is throughout the site on different items, and we are using 4 or 5 of those Vitamix products during the show today, and so I did make mention of those specifically in the email, and I think I copied those over into the show notes of the YouTube video as well. The A3500 that Tami just used right here, and the carafe is over there full of pumpkin stuff.
Well, I can grab the other carafe.
Okay.
Because it comes with a 64 ounce.
Yeah, this is what we call our beloved A3500. If those of you that have known us for a while, we started out with the Ventress V1200.
Yep.
And then we got upgraded to the A3500 and really, really like it. It was, before they came out with the new X series, this was the flagship line. And it's loaded with 5 programs. And do they tell us what they are? Where do they tell us what they are, Tami?
Should be in the description.
Okay. Features 5 programs. Oh, here it is. It's in the first sentence if I would read it. Smoothies, hot soups, dips and spreads, frozen desserts, and self-cleaning. We use the smoothies and the hot soups and the self-cleaning a lot because of the recipes we make. Dips and spreads sometimes, and
For hummus.
yeah, frozen desserts once in a while.
Yeah.
But anyway, but we do wind up using the programs here on the A3500. So we really liked the style of this, compared to our old V1200. So, and this does pair with what they call the self-detect containers. They've got a little bit of an extra base there, and we are going to be showing later that allows you to put the Vitamix food processor and all of its, with all of its accessory blades on this base. And Tami used to have like a 50-pound other brand giant food processor, 12 cup or 14 cup, weighed a ton. She very rarely got it out. Now with just the light attachment that goes on this heavy duty base,
I can go grab it. You're talking about
she uses it all the time because it's light, it's easy to get out of the cupboard, it's easy to clean, and it's easy to put back away. So the self-detect models, both this Ascent series and the Ascent X series, take this, and so now you've got a complete full power, full size food processor. So that's why we like the self-detect series in the Ascent line. So anyway.
Not only, the bowl and the S blade, but then you can also get, I think what's on sale is the bundle for this.
Yeah, I'm going to show a picture. Well, the picture is kind of like what we have right in front of us, so I don't know if this adds anything to the conversation.
That's so funny. And so how many blades do you get with in the bundle?
There's a list here. Small shred, thin slice, large shred, don't cut your finger.
So this is small shred, thin slice here.
Yeah.
So they are reversible. So each one has
a shred and a slice.
2 functions.
Are you being careful? These are sharp.
I'm being very careful.
Large shred, thick slice.
That's this one.
Okay, and you can see it's got large shred holes and a very sharp, thick slicer.
Yep, I'm being careful.
We're a little paranoid because
I did cut myself.
Once upon a time, there was a little incident with the disc. Fine shred, ultra thin slice.
So that's this one. So this is your fine shred on this side and the fine slice on this. So I've used it for shredding my red cabbage, which, is really hard to do by hand, shredding carrots, slicing cucumbers, cutting up potatoes, shredding zucchini for like zucchini bread, or sometimes just to add it to like a salad. And then I have.
This is the very I have to announce it.
Oh, announce it.
She was pulling out discs before I announced it.
Sorry.
The very special attachment for julienne fries. The julienne disc. Get long, thin julienne cuts from carrots, zucchini, beets, and more.
There you go. That's this one here, you guys.
So it says slices perfectly shaped veggie sticks in seconds. Try making your own baked French fries out of potatoes, sweet potatoes, or other root vegetables. And then they're mentioning that it uses a self-detect system to go with this base. When you put it on, the base knows it's the food processor, and it knows what speed you're on, because the food processor is on or off. It's a fixed speed, and the base knows to do that. It's not going to let you go at 100,000 RPMs.
Yeah. So then you guys, this one is the veggie stick. So I don't know if you can see here what that looks like. I just have to be careful. This might be the one.
I missed that. I thought that I didn't see that there's two. There's the julienne and the veggie stick.
Yeah, this one is to make julienne, which is smaller. It's going to be smaller slices. You can see that there.
Not for fries, but
right.
This one
and then this one, if you can see there, this one is for making like carrot sticks or French fries. So it's really cool.
Okay, and it comes with this carrying case to hold everything. So
right.
All right. Well, she does use this a lot. And
I do use this a lot.
A whole bunch more than the old heavy boat anchor one.
So the Vitamix does a lot of things. It does not replace a food processor. The Vitamix does a better job
You're talking about
with
the
the Vitamix
containers,
blender.
the blender, yeah.
Does not replace a food processor, because the Vitamix blender just works differently, and it works really well to puree things, to make things really smooth. We did do a video where I showed how you can dry chop in the Vitamix to do some stuff, but you just can't do the quantity in it that you can do in this configuration. And so, of course, with this, with the S blade, you can still make hummus in it. I prefer to make hummus in the Vitamix. I think the Vitamix does a better job of actually pureeing everything and making it super creamy and smooth. But you can use this for other types of dip. I use it for all of my tofu cream cheese recipes from the book that Shada and I made, that you can get on our blog. My tofu ricotta for my lasagna, I make it in this. I use it to make the batter for my chocolate chip peanut butter blondies and my chocolate cherry brownies, veggie burgers. This does a great job of getting the oats and the beans or rice, whatever you have in your veggie burgers, to get those all mixed up in here. It does a superb job with all of that. If you want to make date paste, you can make your own date paste in here. There's just so many things that a food processor does better than the Vitamix blender. So that's why I like to have both, because they perform different jobs and they work in a different way. So you think about the things that you do. I'm all about quick and easy. It's super easy to wash as well, which I also really like. And it's lightweight, like Tom was saying. This actually comes off the base, which is great, because then you're not having to handle the weight of this on top of the actual food processor bowl itself. And of course, it has the safety features on it. This is how you get bigger things in it. You can put your blade in there, and then you can shred, you can cut, you can do all of that with this. It is a nice little workhorse. It works great.
In this same family of products, this is the A3500, and I think I mentioned earlier, it is $549 regularly. On the sale, it's $449, $100 off. The next model from this one is the A2500, and it retains 3 of the programs that are listed here. It has smoothies, hot soups, and frozen desserts, and it's another $100 off. So you can get an A2500 with 3 programs for $349.95, $100 off of the usual $449.95 price. So that is probably the most bonus, discount on a full feature, heavy duty, Vitamix sleek and strong product. So
right. And talk about how all the models are equal as far as the motor and the base.
They all have,
and they all will do the same thing.
Yeah, they all have the 2.2 horsepower motor, very strong. That's been a constant thread. The difference is in the style of the base, the containers that it will accept in terms of the self-detect, and the electronic features in terms of the pre-programmed that are available. And also, like, this is a touch screen. The A2500 will have a knob with the 3 programs, and then 2 toggle switches instead of the push buttons here. So there's some variances there. Look at the images on the site. If you don't have a Vitamix, now is a really good time to get one. Yeah. So we should get to your next recipe.
Well, I want to just tell them, if you do buy one of the Vitamix blenders that does not have the presets for you to use, then here, get a pen and a piece of paper, and I'm going to tell you how long those programs run on the machines that have the pre-programs. So smoothies normally take 45 seconds. Now, if you're packing in 2 pounds of greens and, 3 cups of frozen fruit, it might take a little bit longer. But for a normal, regular smoothie, the pre-program runs for 45 seconds. Frozen desserts, like if you want to make banana ice cream, 55 seconds. Hot soup. Yes, you can actually make hot soup in the Vitamix blender. Give me the carafe. I'll switch. So you put your blended soup ingredients on here, and then you run it for 6 minutes, whether you have the hot soup pre-program or not. And at 6 minutes, you'll take the lid off and the steam will just be pouring out. It is amazing. So like my Chipotle nacho cheese sauce, I time that to make it before we're going to have a meal. And then we have the hot nacho cheese sauce to pour over our tacos or burrito bowls or whatever we're doing.
When she says 6 minutes, she means that I let one run too long one time when we were filming.
Yeah.
And it boiled over. It got too hot. Remember, it came out of the.
So it doesn't have a heating element, but what it does have is the RPMs. It's going so fast that it creates heat, which it's just amazing. So dips and spreads, 1 minute. And this has what they call self-cleaning. You just fill it about a third to a half full of hot water and a drop of dish soap. Put the lid on it. And if you have the pre-program, you just push the self-cleaning. If you don't, you just turn it on and then ramp it up to like 7 or 8 and let it run for 45 seconds. And you want to do that right away because the longer it sits with the leftovers in it, the more stuck they're going to be. And so if you want to prevent things from getting stuck down around that blade, which would be very difficult to get to, the blade, by the way, is not super sharp. It's just that it has so much torque. Is that what I want to say? RPMs, speed, that it's able to like obliterate whatever you put in there. But if you rinse it and then wash it right away, then you barely have to do anything with it to get it clean. It's just like anything else. If you leave a dirty bowl that you've mixed pancake batter in and you come back to it an hour later, it's much harder to clean. So anyway, that's my little cheat sheet. Smoothies, 45 seconds. Frozen desserts, 55 seconds. Hot soup, 6 minutes. Dips and spreads, 1 minute. And the self-cleaning cycle, 45 seconds. So you guys, super easy to do. This goes back on my bulletin board because that's where I always know where it is in my office. Okay, so we had a different high-powered blender before we had the Vitamix. We actually returned our other high-powered blender to Costco, got our money back because we kept having issues with it and would call the company. They would have me run it and listen to it on the phone and, tell me that everything was fine. So we got rid of it. We got the Vitamix, and then I was so happy. So that's the reason we've decided to be affiliates with them, is because we use their products and we absolutely love them.
You want to move that while you get ready for the next thing?
Okay, so I'm going to talk to you a bit about the Immersion blender, and it is an Immersion blender bundle that they have on sale for you right now. And so I think there's two items that you get. Oh, I don't have the little whisk out. You do get a whisk. It might be down there in that drawer. You get this little mini, whoa, earthquake. Tom just stepped over the tripod for the, yeah, that's it. Thank you, honey. For the camera, and made it look like it was an earthquake. So with the Immersion blender bundle, and Tom, I don't know how much you save off of it, but I know you have the notes on that. So you will get the Immersion blender, and this is what I'll be using when we go to
Well, let's talk
blend the
about
soup.
that so that you can talk about the
Perfect.
do your nuts thing. So
Yeah.
my head's probably cut off here. Where's my chair?
Bring your chair over, honey.
Yeah, Tammy's going to demonstrate this thing for a little bit, but we want to see what's going on with the sale first, and then we'll go on with the food bit.
Right.
Conditioned 5-speed immersion blender complete bundle. It's usually $269, and you get all this stuff and a little carrying case, which back in the day we didn't get that on ours. It's the little pouch you see here, but all of these items she's showing here accept that. So you get the immersion blender and the whisk, the little mini container. And the what do you call this? The mini processor.
Yeah, and the mini food process, the little mini chopper, I think they call it.
You want me to do the specs?
Yeah, please.
Okay, 625-watt motor, so it's very strong.
Tom said, "Boy, you could, put this in a canoe and
put a little propeller on it
and propel yourself around the lake."
Yeah. Whether you're right or left-handed, it makes it easy to operate the way that the buttons are set up. 5 speeds and 4 prolonged, and the 4-pronged blade help you create ideal textures for every blend. You'll see that when we get to blending that soup, this thing really goes. Unique bell guard. It has to do with how it does so successfully blend. We've had people say that our hand blended soups are much creamier than theirs. So
you see how it has the little cutouts here, and then it has this bell shape, and that just helps it suck everything into the blades and really pulverize it.
It's been highly hydrodynamically engineered.
Wow. Okay, so that's powerful.
You can blend it in any container that has a 3-inch opening, so you can go down into a largemouth jar, I suppose.
Yes, as long as it has that 3-inch opening, you can use a wide mouth quart mason jar to blend it.
As the kitchen appliances go, it's got a generous 5-foot cord, and comes with, in the box, the immersion blender, the blending jar with the lid, the whisk attachment, the immersion station, and the mini chopper, and for you guys, the storage case. Anyway, and it's $60 off. Normally $269.95 on the sale. It is $209.95 until the 16th. And this is another kitchen appliance that we use a lot. And we do use it. We get an excellent result. And when we share that excellent result with our guests, they are amazed how creamy their soup is.
Yeah, so it's true.
So I'll let you formally get into your demonstration here. I'll get out of the way.
Sure. So I don't keep this out. I keep this in the cupboard.
Can you give me a little, so I can do tell us what you're going to show us so I can put it in.
Oh, okay.
In its own clip later. What are you showing us, Tami?
Okay, what I'm showing you right now is the Vitamix Immersion blender. And so I do use it a lot. It's a great accessory item to have in my kitchen. And so this is the little mini food chopper. You do get the wire whisk. Now, I'm not making whipped cream because I'm plant-based, but if you want to use coconut milk, our daughter uses coconut milk as a substitute for, and she whips it as a substitute for whipped cream. But I have successfully used this to whip aquafaba. Aquafaba with a little bit of cream of tartar and some maple syrup, and you have a mock whipped topping. It would have been delicious on Tom's smoothie. And so the aquafaba is just the cooking liquid that you get when you cook garbanzo beans. And so you can use it from the canned beans, or if you make your own. Tom, do you have your mic on? Then we're hearing you eat your smoothie. He's like, oh. And so, but if you have other things that you normally would use, like a small whisk for your, like the veggie broth powder that I was showing you earlier, you could put your water in here or in a jar and whip that up with this. So really handy. I don't use it a ton but I use the Immersion blender and the food chopper a lot. So you are going to get this 1 quart jar that has a lid on it. So sometimes I will make something in here like a sauce or a dressing, and then the lid can just go on it and it can just go in the fridge. So really nice and handy to have that. And then, like I said, I don't keep this out on the counter, but this goes in the cupboard, and then the items can go on it in the cupboard just so you can find them when you want to find them. And so this is the little mini food chopper. This thing works so great, you guys. So I have to tell you the capacity is also 32 ounces, so 4 cups worth in here. So what we like to, Tom, could you plug this in for me? What we like to use this for quite a bit is to chop onions, to chop up nuts. If I'm making just a small amount of date paste, then I'll put it in here. Make the faux Parmesan in here as well. So this is going to connect to the lid. So I have some walnuts here. Tom likes to put walnuts on his oatmeal. And so I am just going to put some walnuts in here. You need some, right? So I should go ahead and do a good amount. Okay. And do about that much. So back in the day, I don't know about you guys, but my mom and my grandma had a little hand crank chopper. Oh, where is it? Do you see it over there? Is it in that pantry? And us kids used to love to get to do that when they were baking. It would be like, my mom called me, sis, do you want to grind the nuts for me? Of course, I always wanted to do that with that little nut grinder. Well, and I have my grandma's, but I don't use it anymore. So I'm having trouble getting my lid on, Tom. What am I not doing right? Help me. Oh, he left. I don't know what I'm not doing right. Tom, I need your help.
What's happening?
I can't get my lid on. What am I doing wrong? Maybe my thing wasn't down all the way when I started.
You think it's, no, you're not, you may not be seated all the way.
I think that's what I did wrong.
Okay, well, let me get a little glass bowl and you can pour those nuts on. You have to put the thing, make sure it's seated.
I know. And I didn't do that.
Hey, guys, before I recut this into a dedicated video, we'll edit this part out. Only you will know. Okay, make sure there's not one cut up in there. And then just do a test. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I just didn't have it all the way on.
Okay, so.
And I do like, it has this little rubber mat that it comes with that you push down in order to. What do you want? Which keeps it from going all over the place. It doesn't move around on the counter. Oh, some nuts just went on the floor. Okay. Now, let's see if I can successfully, the stuff only goes wrong when you're doing a demo. Otherwise, every time I use this, it's seamless. Okay, so you just put the motor on and twist it, and then the off-on button is here on the top, and then this is the speed. So I'm just going to pulse it a bit because he doesn't like it to be too fine for him. So there you go. We've got chopped walnuts in like 20 seconds. How about that? So amazing. So like I said, it works for really well for lots of little jobs, and it's also easy to use. So you can do it all one-handed, whether you're left-handed or right-handed. And we're going to leave this out because I'm going to do the soup. Very cool. Okay, I'm going to set this stuff aside. I'm going to check and see what we've got going on. Tall Nan says, hi everyone, just popped on. What are we making? Well, we made a pumpkin pie smoothie that Tom already devoured. And he has just a little bit left. And we have pumpkin black bean soup going in the Instant Pot. And I'm going to use the Immersion blender on it. And so now I'm just going to attach the blender. And Tom, if you would move that over, it just went down. How about that for perfect timing? I could not have timed that better. Fabulous. And then I will need that middle tray over there, honey, that has everything else in it. Great. Oh my gosh. Wait till you smell this. Thank you. Okay.
So I'm going to make our audience a little bit mobile so we can see what's going on with the whole tripod here.
Well, I could just use the ladle to show you.
No, I just wanted to get where I could.
Yeah, so this is what it looks like. So our soup is done. I'm ready to give it a bit of a blend, but just so you can see what that looks like. And it smells amazing, absolutely amazing. Okay. So important when you're using the Immersion blender, you want to keep it down in the pot. Put it down in there before you start it, and you want to make sure that you don't lift it up while you're blending. You want to leave it in there. So this bell guard is made so that it will not harm or scratch or mar the bottom of my stainless steel Instant Pot liner. So also, if you want to double this recipe, you really have to have the 8-quart to double it properly. If you want to make it in the 6-quart and you want to make a double recipe, you have to leave the 2 cans of the beans out and add them after it has cooked down. So I'm just going to push start, and I'm just going to increase. And then you can blend it as much or as little as you want, and it does it really, really fast. So I don't want this to be super creamy. Tom likes this soup to have more chunk in it, but do you see how all of a sudden it is so much thicker, which I also want to show you. But I got tomatoes caught up in this. So you can see how it pulls everything into the bell, which is amazing. So if I wanted to keep going, I could make this totally smooth so that it would have no lumps. You would be able to drink it from a cup. Tom, can you grab me a little plate to set this on so it doesn't get all over the countertop? But then what we like to do with this particular soup, and if you want to blend it till it's completely smooth, you can absolutely positively do that. So Tom likes a lot of beans, and so this is another can of beans. I do talk about this in the notes on the recipe, but the recipe for the 2 cans of beans is just for making it regular. But I do like to take an extra can and add them after I have gone in with my Immersion blender. And then just add another can. I bet you could make this with pinto beans too, and it would be delicious. Okay, so how do you plate it? So we like to serve any kind of chili or bean soup. We like to serve with some rice. I didn't have any cooked rice. My rice cooker named Tom didn't have time today to make rice because we were busy getting set up for today's show. So I do try to keep some shelf stable rice on hand. Now, normally Tom makes a whole pot of Instant Pot brown rice. We have a video on how to do that to have it turn out perfect. But I will keep some of this shelf stable rice in my pantry for occasions just like this, where something has happened and we don't happen to have rice made. And this has one ingredient, organic certified brown jasmine rice. One ingredient. No oil, no salt. So also wonderful to take when you're traveling. So let's just move this over to the side. And then, so we like to put a little rice in the bottom. You could also do quinoa. You could also do a baked potato as well. And so I'm going to get this. I'm going to pour it over the rice. Wonderful. Such as that. And then the recipe calls for putting a little bit of balsamic vinegar over the top. So you could use whatever flavor of vinegar you have, if you have a flavored balsamic, or you can just do regular balsamic. Now this is the California balsamic smoked hickory. I really like the flavor of this, and I think, oh, this goes so well with this particular recipe. So I'm just going to do that. And then this is a new product by Date Lady. And this is a bit spicy. So this is hot date, date syrup infused with chili peppers. So I didn't put any jalapeno or chili powder or anything like that in this. And so I am just going to do a little bit of this, and that's going to give us some heat. And you can see how wonderfully thick this is. And not too much because it is spicy, you guys. So, and then if you want to be fancy when you have company, then you can just take a toothpick and run a toothpick through it to give you that nice little restaurant little look to it. You see it's kind of a little spider web pattern there. That's something that the kids would absolutely love to see. And if you wanted to, you could put salsa on top. You could add fresh cilantro to the top of it as well. That would also be lovely. And I think if you serve this up with a pumpkin smoothie for dessert, it would be the perfect fall meal. So fun for a luncheon as well. All right, I'm wondering if anyone has any questions for me.
There was one that came up while you were talking about the beans.
All right. And also, I just wanted to show you guys, I do like the Kirkland, the Costco brand of balsamic vinegar. It's just a regular balsamic vinegar, and it's really, really good. So we do buy it. We always keep it in our pantry. Okay, so I am going to sit down. Been having some back issues, so I got to have that pillow to give me some lumbar support. Okay, so Stephanie Spears says, black beans have a thicker skin, so does it break them up enough, or are there chunks of black bean skin? Well, because I didn't take it all the way to be totally pureed, it does have chunks in this one. But I will tell you that I use it when I'm making refried beans. And if you wanted them to be completely smooth, as long as you have really soft beans, you have to cook your beans really soft for refried beans if you want them to be creamy smooth, as well as the onion, if you're doing the sofritas with the onion and the peppers and the jalapenos. So you would want to make sure that everything was cooked really, really well to get that super smooth. It's super high powered. It's what, 650 watts, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it has an amazing motor. And I did not take it all the way up to 5. It has 5 speed settings, and it will totally make, like the very first time that I made the soup, with that immersion blender, I was used to one that wasn't as powerful, and I mean, it was like creamy smooth.
625 watts.
I'm sorry, 625 watts. Okay. Yeah. Kylie says, where did you get the 1 ingredient rice that was quick to use? I get this at my Nugget Market, it's called. But I think if you go on the Lundberg Rice website,
they can tell you local retailers.
It probably has a store locator, and so you would probably be able to find out where it's available in your area. You can look on Amazon. I have bought some rice in containers from Amazon before, but it was more expensive than the grocery store. But really, this is great for travel. We usually pick some up for travel. Sometimes you can also get quinoa. Kylie says that blender is so wonderful to use for soups and such a great price and easy to store. Yes, and if you wanted to take it with you for traveling, you could, because in that quart container, or if you take a quart jar with you, now I would only do this if I was on a road trip, then you could actually make a smoothie in the quart jar. So not as packed full as what you would make at home with the full 64 ounce or 48 ounce container, but you would be able to make a decent green smoothie in here. You would be able to mix up salad dressing. You would be able to puree something that you wanted to puree to eat. So this is really good to have. If you have an RV and don't have room for your blender, then the immersion blender could be a really good item to have for that. If you go camping and have electricity where you go camping. Carrie Smith wants to know, where can I find the Vitamix 5200 that's on sale?
Let me go check and see if that's on the sale on the spreadsheet real quick.
Tom's going to go look for you. Vi has the Vitamix immersion blender. She bought it a few years ago at Costco. Anthea wants to put it on her wish list. Yeah, it's really, really great. You should put it on there. Tell whoever you think might buy it to get it for you now while it's on sale. Rich is on. Hi, Rich and Dixie. Good to see you guys as well. All right. You're welcome, Kylie. Kylie says, thank you. And you are so welcome. Okay, what'd you find?
It is the 5200 Legacy, because that's considered a legacy, model. Mm-hmm. There is a bundle on the sale. So if you go with our link to the regular website and then either do a search for 5200 or look at bundles, then you will see the 5200 bundle there. I don't see it as a standalone machine like they're doing with the Ascent 35 or 2500, but they do have it. And let me get the numbers here. I'm on mic, so I'll just talk off screen for a second. The regular price for the 5200 Legacy bundle is $649.95, and the sale price is $489.95. It's $160 off. They're marking it down 25%.
Wow.
On the sale.
Nice.
So I'm going to go drop that camera down so we're not breaking our necks.
I know. I'm going like this. I'm like, oh, everybody's looking up my nose.
Well, you were standing.
I was standing. Yeah, it was good when I was standing. Absolutely, it was.
Okay, going down, everybody.
Okay.
Here we go.
Whoa.
Let's get to Tammy's level.
I hope nobody has motion sickness. Get to Tammy's level. I'm going to throw something. If I had something I'd throw at you, I would.
I didn't say up or down. I just said get to Tammy's level.
Yeah.
It could have been up to Tammy's level.
Okay, so Kylie reports that it looks like Target, Jewel, and Walmart have that rice. That's so great to know. And it's probably a better price than what I got it for at Nugget, but I don't remember how much I paid for it. But it is nice to have something like that on hand, like for a day like today, where we're super busy and didn't have time to get rice going. So we have to do that either tonight or tomorrow. Though tomorrow we have 3 soccer games, all 3 grandkids play soccer tomorrow. So that's always fun for us. What else do you got?
Oh, I just went to Vitamix's site, and there is a you click on products, and there's a category for Legacy 5200, and then the bundle is on sale, and it includes the machine, a spatula, a smoothie cup, a personal. I can't show this on screen because we're not connected here like we sometimes are. The blender attachment, the personal cup adapter.
Well, you could unplug that and bring it over and show it to them. Put it on camera, or no?
Let's have folks go on screen.
It won't. Doesn't do well.
That won't work. So
sorry.
But anyway, yeah, it was really easy to find. I went to products and then found the 5200 Legacy series right away, and it's right smack in the middle. I got the sale price on there.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a spatula, a cup to drink out of, a to-go, blender cup, and then that little one that for blending small amounts.
Yeah. Yeah, so my butternut squash, my curry ginger butternut squash soup, I just dump everything into the Instant Pot. I core the apples, but I throw my apples, my butternut squash, my onions, my seasoning, my garlic, everything in there, cook it, and then I do the immersion blender right in the pot. We have a video of me making it on YouTube, and it comes out so creamy and smooth. It's like velvet. It's just absolutely amazing. Stephanie says that Sprouts has it as well, has the rice. So this is what we're talking about. If you just came on, we're talking about this shelf-stable rice. It's just made with water and organic brown jasmine rice. And so no oil, no salt, you guys. Really nice for travel or just to have in your pantry for days where you need a little starch and don't have any made. It works out great. What are you looking for, honey?
The container for that X series.
Oh, okay.
Before we close off, I was just going to show it real quick and remind people about the affiliate.
Absolutely.
So you're all caught up there?
I think I'm caught up.
Okay. Earlier in the video, we're on this one, we mentioned the X4 series, and I don't know if I'm on screen here. I can't see. I think I'm zoomed in a little bit. Let me zoom out.
Okay. I was going to say I can scoot over.
We may need to do that too. Oh, I've got this turned over for where there. Now it's on here.
Okay.
I had the camera turned for when you were cooking.
I'll look and see if you're in it, and if you're not, I'll get
no,
up.
I'm here. I know I'm here because I'm on this. I'm on the inside of this.
Okay.
I'm on top of the cord. So this particular model is the X2, and the one that is on the very special affiliate exclusive is the model X4, which is a fully featured model with regard to the programs. Has the same motor as this, the same type of look in the body. This is the X2. It has levers and the knob.
Maybe turn it a little bit that way. See how it's making like weird
reflection.
Shadow.
It's from all the lights.
Yeah.
So now we're waiting for
because there's a delay on the iPad. Here, that's better.
Oh, too far. How are we going to know? Anyway.
Well, it's close and it's better now.
My point is, with our link, when you go to the X4, you don't see the $150 off until you put it in the cart, and then you'll see our discount code will populate, and it will knock the price down. So it is normally, peeking over here, the X4 is a full featured $699.95, and $150 off is $549.95.
Nice.
For like one of the top flagship products of Vitamix right now.
Yeah, that's a pretty good price.
Yeah, because like our A3500 when it was the flagship was $649 as well. So anyway, Okay,
That's
well,
great.
that just wanted to remind, because that's not in print, that's not in the email I sent out, and that's not in the show notes here, because that ends the end of September. That's a third quarter promotion, uh, July, August, September. Right, yeah, that's the third quarter.
Yeah.
So there's just a couple of weeks left on that. All right.
Okay, so Rosemary says, I have my grandma's red nut grinder too, and my sister-in-law has my mom's. That's so cool. I love it.
I looked in your little china cabinet. I didn't see it in there.
Yeah, you took it over to Katie's for the grandkids to use one time.
Maybe she's still storing it for
No,
us.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's here, but I bet it's in that china cabinet in the living room.
The little one?
Yeah, it's right, but that's
Okay.
okay. That's
All right.
okay. We'll show them another time.
Okay.
That's
all right.
good.
Well, I think we're caught up, and we're probably out of time as well.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah.
It's Friday night, and we've got dinner is already made, and you already had dessert.
Oh my goodness. that pumpkin smoothie is so good. Somebody I saw said that they were going to stop and pick up the pumpkin on the way home from another trip.
Yeah. So if you have a Trader Joe's has a big display right now of the canned pumpkin. So, and it's very seasonal. So, and I like to use it all year long because I love to make lots of different pumpkin things and pumpkin muffins for the grandkids. I do have a recipe on the blog, one healthier than the other, and they get the one with the chocolate chips. But at the end of the season, I stock up because you usually can't find it again until September. And so Costco had it last year in a bundle of 6, but I haven't seen it there yet. But Trader Joe's has it, Whole Foods has it. I did see it at Target as well, and probably the regular grocery store will have it right now. But it's a nice addition to your oatmeal. So I have a chocolate pumpkin oatmeal recipe on the blog. It's really like dessert. It's so delicious. So give that a try. But it adds a lot of fiber and bulk. And so you can take that little, half cup of oats, add your liquid to it, add the pumpkin, and woo, it just makes a huge bowl of oatmeal that way.
So in closing, just want to remind you that our links are provided in the description or in the email I sent today. We really appreciate it when you use our link to visit the site. You may not be making a selection today, but if you decide to a week from now or something and come back, then that all counts. So we appreciate your support. And again, this is the broadest Vitamix sale of the year in terms of the width of the product line. That there's other promotions. They're usually more narrow in focus. But if you're
this one's more inclusive.
If you're already a Vitamix blender owner, this is the time to pick up accessories or a companion device. So with that, happy blending, happy chopping, happy cooking.
Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're doing something fun.
Are we going to try and do our live sign off like we used to?
Oh, sure, why not?
And
well, let's see.
What's it going to be? 1 watt at a time. 1 watt at a time. We have too many choices today. We have to pre-plan this.
One meal, maybe one.
Back to the standard.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because it's all about making meals, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm ready when you are.
Okay. I'm Tami.
And I'm Tom.
And we help you get healthy and stay healthy one meal at a time. Ooh, we did good.
Yeah, we haven't done that. It's been our lives recently have been shopping food hauls.
Yes.
So we haven't said one meal at a time for a while.
It's true. And you guys, we've just been super busy with the grand kiddos with 6 soccer practices a week, 3 piano lessons, and 3 to 4 games on Saturday.
But we've been getting video. We've been getting one video up a week.
Oh yeah. If you haven't checked out the blog,
a bunch of new recipes, people.
Ooh, I was counting the other day. I think we've had 6 or 8 since March.
Yeah.
6 or 8 new recipes.
Yeah, and we got a couple of little product reviews coming out. We got one on your our amazing little popcorn popper, and one on your favorite new griddle. So. And
juicer, a lemon juicer.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
You got work to do.
Okay.
You need to get busy. All right, you guys, this has been so much fun. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.